Yeah, I think that's going to be fun to watch because again, last summer, right? If you were shopping in Q1 and getting outbid and not getting it, and then you were still shopping in the summer, your interest rate went from 3.5 to 7.
Hmm.
That's shocking. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But now, if you've been shopping for the last couple of months, you've always been around 6, 6.5. Yes, 7 is higher. It's meaningfully higher, but it's a point higher. It's not 350 basis points higher,
Right.
right?
Right.
And you can still buy down rates, and you can get seller credit, and you can get 3% seller. So all those things we were talking about last summer, maybe it makes sense now, right? If you're shopping now at 7, I assume there's probably less buyers because less people get approved. So definitely go back and ask for seller credits is what I would be doing in an environment like this for sure.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to say case by case on that. If it's a new hot listing, then you won't be able to get those credits
No,
right
true.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes you can, sometimes
Where
you can't.
where does the threshold? Because again, you're absolutely right. You're the best of the best. You're here for a reason. So if it is it a week? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 3 weeks? Where's that kind of mental threshold where if you were
So
representing a buyer, you would ask for credits and feel like you have a chance?
I would say if you're after the first 7 days, you don't have to wait very long. You basically just want to know that you're past that multiple offer window. If they have an offer review date, don't even bother with that conversation until after the review date.
Okay.
And if the review date comes and goes and it's still available a couple of days after that, then I would be calling the agent and just float it as a conversation topic.
Yeah,
Um,
and again, it has to make sense, right? Everybody
mhm.
knows rates are now over 7. I think a 3% credit would get most people back to 6, which is probably where they felt comfortable shopping.
Yeah.
So
And
it feels like a good give to get.
it's going to depend on everybody's situation because it's interesting how in my market, I don't really think somebody's going to flame me for this, but I'm not seeing it being an affordability issue more than just a comfort issue. Because incomes are really high in this area where I am.
Yeah.
And the average buyer out there oftentimes can qualify for more than what they want to spend, even at 7%. But it's more they're just
That's
looking
good.
at the whole package of their stock portfolio, their job security, everything.
Mhm.
And the payment, of course, they're looking at that too. But a lot of times it's not necessarily the affordability crunch that it might be for some.
Right.
But so because in the past, when I was having that, we were just talking about before when we hit 7, what we put together some sheets working with our lenders, like, hey, if we do this buy down, you can get this, and da, da, da. Nobody was really buying that. Nobody was
Ah,
taking that, even though it was being offered out there, which
interesting.
was really interesting to me because for me, it just seems like that would make sense to negotiate that a little bit. That
Mhm.
could be even more meaningful than a price reduction for a lot of people
For sure.
because the price is just one part of it, and it's not for some people it's a big psychological part, but if you can get your payment down with a rate buy down, that would make sense. But a lot of people, when we offered that, they would just take the credit toward the closing cost, or they would just take it off the price. They would say, oh well, let's
Okay.
just take this 15,000 or whatever off the price.
Yeah. If it doesn't
Okay,
matter to the seller, I'll say, yeah,
you
it's either
choose.
way.
Yeah, you pick this A, B, or C. It's your choice.
Okay.
I thought it was interesting how people weren't choosing the buy rate buy down.
Yeah.
But again, it's case by case. Maybe some people just didn't really understand it, but we try to make it
Maybe.
easy to explain.